and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious chocolate, banana and date bread. So today I wanted to show you how I make my chocolate, banana and date bread. This is a fantastic recipe. It's really quick and simple and easy to do, and it's a fantastic one to do with children over the summer holidays as well. It makes a good snack, but it also makes a brilliant breakfast and a fantastic after dinner treat as well. So I've weighed and measured all of my ingredients and I've preheated my oven, so let's get started. First I start by peeling 3 ripe bananas and then I begin to mash them in a bowl. I normally have a little helper to do this for me, but my son Ted is at preschool today. However, I'm sure he will be happy to eat the bread when he gets home. I've written a recipe which I will link in the description box below, and I've also written a recipe for a vegan banana bread too. So if you would like to make this into a vegan chocolate, banana and date bread, then all you would have to do is replace 50 grams of the flour with raw cacao powder and add the dates. I will link both of these recipes in the description box below for you, but they are also on my blog, foodfamilyandfunak.com. So I've finished mashing the bananas. It doesn't have to be smooth, lumps are great. In fact, the lumpier the better. Now I'm going to mix my dry ingredients together. So I have 250 grams of gluten-free oats, which I've ground in my NutriBullet. You don't have to grind the oats, but I find the cake has a smoother texture and I prefer it. Then I'm going to add in 50 grams of raw cacao powder. And finally, in a small bowl, I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of Xanthan Gum Powder, which will help to glue the cake together, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you're wondering what vanilla powder is, it's ground vanilla pods. It's not cheap, but you only have to use a little bit. Oh, and it smells gorgeous too. I will put a link in the description box of where to find all the ingredients I have used in this video. So these ingredients are now mixed together. Next, in another bowl, I'm going to mix the wet ingredients. So I've cracked 2 eggs already. Then I have 150 grams of coconut oil melted down in a pan and 150 grams of maple syrup. So I'm going to mix these ingredients together now too. Finally, I have the wet ingredients, the dry ingredients, the chopped dates and the banana. So I'm going to add the banana to the wet ingredients, then I'm going to add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and mix them together. While I'm mixing these, I'm also going to add the chopped dates. I have about 10 to 12 chopped dates, which adds up to about 100 grams. You can add more or less depending on how datey you like it. Then I have a pre-lined loaf tin, which I've lined with greaseproof paper. You don't have to use a loaf tin, you can use a cake tin, it doesn't really matter. So now I'm pouring the cake mix into the pre-lined tin. It doesn't have to be smooth on top, but just try to spread it across the base of the tin and into the corners. So now I'm putting the cake into the preheated oven. The oven was preheated to 180 degrees and it depends on your oven as to how long it will take to preheat. So I'm going to put the cake in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Again, it depends on your oven as to how long the cake will take to cook. So I've taken the cake out of the oven after 25 minutes and I'm putting a skewer in to see if it's cooked. The skewer is coming out clean, so the cake is cooked. I'm going to leave the cake in the tin to cool for a good 30 minutes to make sure it sticks together. I've pulled cakes out of tins as soon as they were cooked before and they have fallen apart. So it's always best to leave it to cool. So after 30 minutes, I removed the cake from the tin and I've removed the greaseproof paper as well. So now I'm going to leave it until it's cold. Finally, the cake is cold, so I'm going to cut myself a slice and I'm going to enjoy this with a nice cup of tea. That's it from me. I'm off to enjoy this nice slice of cake with this cup of tea now. I have written a recipe on this, which I mentioned earlier, which is on my blog foodfamilyandfunak.com, but I will link it in the description box below for you. And I've also written a vegan banana bread recipe, which can be adapted, so I will link that in the description box below too. And all of the ingredients I have used I will link in the description box below for you as well. If you do decide to hit any of the links in the description box for the ingredients, I will make a small percentage of the profits, but it won't affect the price for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments or questions below. As always, I love hearing from you, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.